All right, I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. Proverbs 18:21. The power of life and death is in the tongue, in your words. Uh, but why? Why the power of life and death is in what you speak, it's in your tongue. Now, let me break this down as simple as I can, right? Your words are connected to your heart and your mind, your conscious and your subconscious, and your emotions. Uh, so with that being said, those things are connected to your spirit. They are your spirit, and your spirit is connected to God. With that being said, because when we end up wherever we end up, it's not going to be our body. Our body is corruptible and is going back to the ground which it came from. Now, what is going with us wherever we go, heaven or hell, is going to be our thoughts, our emotions, our words. All of these things are going with us. Now, that's why it's so important that we understand what Jesus was saying to the Pharisees and to the people back then. He said that your words are close to me, but your heart is not. So they had a disconnect between their words and their heart. They really didn't, because if you say something and you don't mean it, then it is what it is. Those are empty words. Now understand this. Words are able to keep you in a season dead. You ever met somebody that hasn't moved on from a certain situation? They died in that moment when their mom or their dad told them, "Oh, you will never be anything," or they couldn't get over a heartbreak or whatever it may have been. So words are like a time machine. They could move you forward or keep you stuck in a certain season. That's why words are so important. Understand this about words: they can be forgiven, but they cannot be forgotten. People are not going to forget how you made them feel. So, words have creative power. They create thoughts, and those thoughts create behavior. Words, when somebody give you a word of encouragement, that creative thought is like, yeah, I can do it. I can go forward. I can do this. I can do that. Or when somebody says something hurtful, and you die in that moment, especially somebody you love, and you die in that moment right there. You stuck in that moment. And so many people that I meet that are hurt, that are church hurt, or that are just hurt, period, is because they weren't be able to move on. Psychologists and psychiatrists say that, you were stuck at that moment. So they got to take you back all the way to that moment to get you out of that moment. Because those words are going to create thoughts. Those thoughts are going to create behavior. Now, you ask you ask that person, like, why he also ornery? You know what I'm saying? Because they allowed that retractory period to go on for months. And that mood became a personality trait. And that personality trait became a behavior, who they are at their core. And that behavior is going to always move you into experiences with people and places and things. So you angry, you mad. So you're always bringing that behavior with you, and that creates experiences of angry and mad. And most of the times, birds that flock together, birds that walk together flock together. And what I mean by that is, you're gonna find other angry people, and there's gonna be a whole bunch of angry people together. And y'all just gonna validate that experience, and that's gonna create a habit. And those emotions are gonna validate what you're thinking in your mind. So, once you create that emotion, those emotions validates them words that are in your heart. And then that becomes a cycle of redundancy and behavior in your life. And that's the definition of being stuck in the past. Now listen to me. That's why you must speak life to yourself every day. Every day you must speak life to yourself without stopping. Speak life to yourself constantly. So when the hurt, the shame, and all these things come, I often said, you can't hurt me with your words because of the things I did in the past, because that's trying to rob my old house. I don't live there no more. Speak positive to yourself, and you would go beyond what you ever thought.